Good morning, traders. It is Monday, November 18th. We're 35 minutes into trading. Let's see what the market's got cooking for us today. A little bit encouraged, and you can see the volume has been steady to a little bit higher on this breakout. We've got days where the market opens on the low, closes on the high, hence the green candles. When we had this breakout on Friday, that was a nice breakout on decent volume, and we could expect follow through into the close. That's what we were looking for. We had some great lotto trades. I explained lotto trades in a video that I published. Please go to my YouTube website to watch that video. These trades don't come up often, but when they do, man, are they good. And you have to be super patient. You have to wait for that perfect setup. Most people don't have the patience to do that. They want to find these lotto trades and they want to force them all the time, and that's why they typically lose money on Expiration Friday trades. But I know how to do them. I showed you how to do them. So the key is patience. If you go into my YouTube page, youtube.com/oneoption, spell it all out, you'll see my page. Every video's got a subscribe button on it. And I'm going to go into the video that I posted last Friday, which was right here, and I've been encouraging you to come back to my YouTube page. Unfortunately, I've got an ad running here, but I want to encourage you to come back to my YouTube page because I'm posting comments during market hours. And I told you I'd be looking for a lotto trade for exactly the reasons that I just showed you. And you can see here, I highlight Roku, 157.50 calls. That might be the play, but I'm going to be waiting until the last hour of trading. I want all that time premium sucked out as much as it possibly can be. And then I'm also looking for a market pullback so that it sucks all that premium out even more so that I have a nice opportunity to buy those options as cheap as possible in the last half hour of trading. That's how I do it. And we had the great setup. You can see here how I don't have timestamps, unfortunately, in YouTube, but if you watch this, you would have seen me flagging Amron in the last hour of trading, and it was the last 30 minutes of trading when we actually took a position. I showed you that in the video, and if you go up, you can also see that CVS, I said, set up well for a lotto call trade. Both of them were fantastic. Earlier in the week, I showed a beautiful Disney 142, 141, November 15, bullish put spread for a 32-cent credit. That was probably a 40% return. Only took 2 or 3 days to make money on that. I'm going to be posting trades in here. I'd love to see your comments. I'd love to see your questions. Please subscribe to the channel. Enough said. Let's get on to some trades today and see what we've got going. So everything that you see today is available on Option Stalker. Go to www.oneoption.com. This is the search engine that allows me to find these trades in the first couple minutes of trading so I can jump right on them. That's what we have to do when we're day trading. So here's what we've got. Roku, been a hot stock, really nice closes on the high of each bar. Breakout through this horizontal resistance. Looks really good. I'm going to take that 10P indicator off. I'm going to swap it out for 10SI, which is our relative strength indicator. And you'll be able to see the relative strength in the stock. So let's take a look. Market currently, S&Ps are down 250, so market not doing a whole lot, but you can see the stock broke through the high from Friday. That's a good sign. And there's our relative strength. And oh, there's our volume. Hey, those are all the key ingredients. Yes, I'm going to be watching Roku today. Home Depot, compressing. Right on that major resistance, not too interested in that. Low, not too interested in that right here. Abbott, yes, I like Abbott. I'm going to put up the major moving averages. We'll click the 200-day. We'll click the 100-day. Could put up the 50-day. So the 100-day here is really nice. That's at the $84 level. If you read my early morning comments today, this is the type of setup that I'm looking for. Nice, strong uptrend. The stock has not been a leader. It has been a laggard. It is not pushing through the all-time high. So it has plenty of upside room. We've got this down trend line breakout to the upside. We're above the major moving average. I like selling bullish put spreads at the $84 strike price. Now, because the market has broken out, I think that we're due for a nasty, ugly day in here somewhere to flush out bullish speculators. So please heed this warning. Your bullish put spreads right now should be minimal. We took profits on the SPY position last week. We took profits on almost all of our bullish put spreads. They all should have been expiring worthless. We've made great money the last 2 months with this strategy. We don't want to start putting a bunch of them on and have them go in the money on us on that nasty day. We want to wait for that pullback. Patience is the key. I could teach you all the great strategies and I could show you all the great stocks in the world, but if you don't exercise patience, that's something that I can't teach you, then you're going to really struggle to make it as a trader. This is one of those times when you have to lay low. Market looks super, super hot, super, super good, but valuations are getting a little bit stretched here. We can expect profit taking. I don't know what's going to cause that profit taking. I only know that the chance is increasing. I also know that if I put the VXX up, it has been dropping. Look at that drop. I put an alert line so that I can know instantly when VIX spikes. That will tell me that there's some bad news. I'll probably already see that in the S&P 500 because it'll drop when the VIX spikes. But we are at a 52-week low. That means option premiums are minuscule. You are not going to get decent credits unless you get close to the money. And if you go close to the money, you better have some underlying momentum in the stock, like with Abbott. Okay? So here I would feel comfortable with it because I'm not expecting the stock to tread water. I'm expecting it to move higher because it's got good relative strength. As it does so, it'll distance itself from that major moving average, and I'll be able to take advantage of time decay, and if the market pulls back, the stock should find support on that major moving average, so I will have time, precious time, to reevaluate the position and to reevaluate the reason that the market is pulling back. If it's pulling back on a trade war with China and that the truce is done, that would not be good. Then I have time to reevaluate, buy back the spread, and perhaps even consider some bearish positions. But for right now, we have to assume that the trade talks are going to go well. Everything's going to continue higher. So let me look at relative strength 30, another beautiful search. MDCO, got to get through that major resistance, but very, very powerful move today. So I'm just going to click through these, and we'll take a look at, I might cut to the quick because I looked for these stocks earlier this morning, and I want to keep these videos fairly short. Pop Bull's another fantastic search. I love it. Not going to go into why it's such a great search. AGN, really like this one. This one's grinding higher, so you can see that on a 5-minute chart. Very, very steady. Big pop up this morning, so I wouldn't wait. I'd try and get a pullback in here. See if you can buy a pullback. You can put an alert line up. If you want to wait for a breakout, we'll probably get a breakout on that right away. So here's what I like today. I like Pepsi for a bullish put spread, and this is another example. Wow, I flagged that right away in the chat room. That was a heavy volume. Look at that 100-day moving average. This is the kind of move that I'm looking for. Long tails under body. Relative strength is coming up. It probably is strong relative to the market on a 1-hour or 2-hour basis. You can leverage that 100-day moving average, sell your bullish put spread there. We've got nice upward momentum, even with the market pulling back. S&P futures are down 5 points right now. So Pepsi's one I like today. Abbott I already showed you. I like that. YNDX, like that one. That's a nice, really big breakout through horizontal resistance right here. I bought that one right out of the gate this morning, right in here. That's working out well. How do you manage a trade once you have it on? I like to draw alert lines so that I get a pop-up alert, and in this case, I would just select early in the game, I would select a horizontal support level. As the stock starts to grind higher, then I can draw a nice gradual sloping trend line. And in this case, let's say the stock moved higher, I'd probably connect to that low right there and use this one. Now I've got a nice trailing stop. That's how I manage the trade. If I post anything in my comments today, which I'm likely to, that's how I'm going to be managing my exit and my profit taking, is using that line. So YNDX looks really good today. CNC, I noticed, that was popping on good volume. Big gap up on the open. good volume. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Oh yeah, big breakout on Friday, follow through today. This is a stock that you can buy on a dip. All right, so how do I manage that? Well, I'm going to put a horizontal alert line right here, and I'll know when it breaks through. If it keeps drifting lower, stock's on my radar. I'm going to start connecting these highs to form a more gradual downward sloping alert line. And eventually, when it breaks that downward sloping line to the upside, I'm going to know CNC might be ready to buy, but right now looks really, really strong. Look at this volume. This is what we want, and this is what option stalker searches find. This is what we're searching for. This is our edge. Relative strength, orange line above zero, big volume. So we can find those very, very easily, and we can go into custom search and look for any criteria that we want, but those would be two. Heavy volume, go in, look for relative strength. We don't necessarily have to have it if we're day trading on a daily basis, but if we're swing trading, then we certainly would want to mark that. And then we'd run our search. You can get a ton of candidates. Hey, I like to trade options. All right, let's go in. Let's put in an option liquidity rating of 3. Boom, there's your list. So easy. Or you can go into some of the ready-made searches like I've shown you. That's how we do it. It's really easy. Going to go into another stock that I like, TEAM. Ooh, this one's setting up pretty well here. You can see the spike up. You can see the pullback. I've actually got a little bit of a downtrend here, but it'd be breached. So I'm going to just go in, put a horizontal alert line right here, and I'll check back on that one later. And I'm going to go into the final one, AGN, which I showed you. And we've already got our alert line there. It's probably going to pop to the upside. So those are the stocks that I like. PEP, ABT, YNDX, CNC, TEAM, AGN. We're going to do the same thing on the short side. We'll go into heavy selling. These will be stocks that will set up well on the short side. GM was one that caught my eye. I like GM on the short side, and here's why. We've got this breakdown below the 100-day and 200-day moving average last week. Heavy volume, closed near the low, follow through, can't even get through the 50-day moving average. You could sell a bearish call spread on that 50-day moving average, but I like it to just short it for day trading. There's your relative weakness. Good volume. Okay, has all the key ingredients. I looked at Qualcomm. It's trying to fill in the gap a little bit right here, but it should find support right in here, so not crazy about that. Cisco got pounded last week. It's been weak, so I don't know how much more downside it has to it. I can find better prospects. I saw Amazon this morning. It was weak relative to the market. There's another one. You can use that 50-day moving average. So that one looks very, very weak. Got this downtrend here. Not what you would expect going into Christmas season. The other one that I saw was FDX. I've been mentioning this. I like this bearish call spread using that 100-day moving average. You can see the relative weakness. Heavy volume also on these. So I'm just going to click on that pop bear search, see what comes up. These would be other good candidates on a swing basis. I'm going to go into the relative weakness 30, see what's on this list. These would also be stocks that I want to focus in on right away, see what's going on with them. I see Facebook. That's interesting. Let's take a look. Okay, nothing there. Above major moving averages. BYND. Had a little bit of a bounce here. Might be ready to go back and test this low right in here. So that's how we do it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure that you come back and check those comments because I will be posting trades during the course of the day. Also, please subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified when these videos are posted in the morning. Look for a quiet Monday, not looking for a lot of action here. So make sure that the market finds support. Line up these stocks with heavy volume and good relative strength. Those will be your longs to play. We'll probably see a little bit of a bounce later in the day. Be wary of that ugly day that I've mentioned. I don't know where the profit taking is going to come from, but we're overdue for one of those days. It'll flush out bullish speculators, and that'll give us our opportunity to load back up on some of these bullish put spreads. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.